on his way to win it, overtaking Afi. Is Pac gonna win it by KO? This is gonna be the knockout win for Pac, the M&M player.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Day 1 qualifier here for the Trackmania Grand League Open Spring 2022. Man, it's been quite a while here. My name is Hunted. Joining me in the booth is Gigabyte, and we have a lot of Trackmania to get to. It's the qualifier number 1 for kind of the rest of the field, if you will, here in Trackmania, and a lot of big names showing out today.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of community figures playing here in this open qualifier. But if you're just joining us here, let me tell you how this works. Currently, all of our players are joining a bit of a time attack that they're playing on a couple different maps. And the top 64 times from that time attack will make it into the first round of the open qualifier. And from there, we play a bracket style format where the top 2 from each lobby, 4-player lobbies, make it into the next round. Eventually, we'll make it to our final 4, and all of those final 4 will be moving on to the Challengers, the Challenger Series qualifier? The Tmgl
Right.
Open Final. That's what I mean to say.
Yes. Yeah, and from there, you have the potential to work yourself into that Challengers League as well, which is the goal for everyone here playing today. And yeah, I mean the players, while we've been getting the broadcast set up and ready to go here, they've been qualifying on both Icy Jump and Quicksand. Top 64 times will be the players who will make it into our round of 64. And you know, like you said, it's from there, it's just making sure you don't get bottom 2 in your group, right? Top 2 all the way through. And if you can make it to that semifinal, you have a chance to play into that qualifier later on. So a lot of Trackmania here today. We are going to get started in just a moment with that round of 64. But with this being kind of the first open, there's a lot to kind of digest. Even if you're just a player kind of coming in, you know, they know the maps beforehand, or they don't know which order we're playing the maps, I believe. But, you know, there's the whole list of maps. There's, what, 9 total maps.
Like
in the pool, and you know, we know that they've been practicing and everything like that, but you know, it's still a lot to take in for day 1.
Yeah, that's the really awesome thing about this, is they have to be consistent on literally every single map in the pool, because you never know which one you're going to be playing on ahead of time. It's going to be the same one for everyone in the round, but you don't know which one you're going to be playing on before you get to that round. So it's just one of those things where you have to be super good and super consistent at all these. However, you can't really say consistency is key anymore. In previous seasons of the Trackmania Grand League, it was all about, you know, if you could basically place in second in literally every single heat, you'd be fine and you'd make it on and probably take either first or challenge for first pretty well.
Right.
However, that's not the case here anymore. It's kind of a do or die situation now. Whoever wins 4 rounds on the map first will be the first place player, and whoever wins 4 rounds next on the map will be the second place player, and those 2 move on. You have to place ahead of your opponents for this one, so it's gonna prompt some players to take some risks, take some risky lines, maybe try and go for a risky shortcut where there is one. And there's only a couple that I can think of, but they're all pretty risky. And if you can pull them off, you're probably going to win the round.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, the cool part about this too is that you know, we had the Challenger League and the top division already play their first week this past Sunday. So We've already seen some of the best players in the world kind of demonstrate some of the new lines that they've discovered, some of the quickest lines that we'll see, and there's room for these players too to kind of step into that sort of role, right? To try to play spoiler to some of these other players who may not be using those higher, those higher lines. I think Icy Jump, hopefully we'll be able to get to see that a little bit later on. There was a whole big discussion with that final part of the map, right?
Yeah.
Where we saw the 360 kind of come out in the Challenger division, and then there was a discussion around, is that actually saving time? So we'll see what the players can bring, and that's why I think this Open is so much fun, just because there's going to be some community names that people are going to recognize surely, but at the same time, it's kind of an unknown quantity. It's not the same 16 that we've seen time and time again.
And we do actually have our first round that we're going to be jumping into here already ready to go. Not sure if we're going to talk about that yet, but we do have a couple of good figures in that one who are pretty known throughout the community. So this is going to be one of those things that, there's going to be some familiar faces here. And I can't wait to see what these guys are going to bring out for us. Okay. We know which one we're going to be on, and this map that they're going to be playing on is going to be very tricky, and there are a couple people in this group that it's going to really favor and hinder. The thing is, you've got to overcome that disadvantage.
Oh, of course. Well, of course, and that's what's going to make this so exciting. And again, just for anybody kind of joining us, our format is similar to what the Challenger League and the Grand League both kind of employ, except it's a little bit more straightforward, Gigabyte. You kind of explained it a little bit earlier on. The gist is you want to be top 2 in your group to move on. There's no swapping around of brackets or anything. It's just a straight elimination bracket. So if you are 3 or 4 in any of your groups, unfortunately, that's your day for the day. We do start with 64, and obviously we are going to eliminate half the field each round. Obviously, we can't, I wish we could watch every single group, but we're going to, we'd be here for, 10 hours if we were doing something like
we'd
that.
be here for a while.
So, I mean, we're just, we're going to show you as much Trackmania as we possibly can. We're going to try to jump around between the groups here in the earlier stages, but we'll definitely catch the important bits at the end where, we see who qualifies.
Yeah. And we are ready to get into our game here. Our first matchup, our first grouping here is going to be Thomas Jean, Race Hans, Trackmania, Nukem, and Ixawai. So this is going to be a great group to look at. They're going to be on Water Glider for this first round. Everybody in this round will be playing on Water Glider. So this is really going to favor a couple of these players in here. So let's see if it's going to work out the way that we think, or if they're going to have a few inconsistencies. So here we go with the first round.
This map in particular is definitely one of my favorites in the pool, just because you get the real big use of the water mechanics. And for anybody who doesn't know, or anybody who hasn't raced on this map, did we have like a staggered start there? I'm unsure what happened.
I think there were a couple people who
really?
Yeah, they bonked right off the very beginning. I know. Okay. I saw Ixawai.
Oh no.
Yeah, Ixawai ended up bonking in the very first water section. Now Nukem actually just bonked there as well.
Twice.
Lots of inconsistencies here. Maybe not quite as prepared for Water Glider as they thought they were. So,
and that's,
oh my
again,
goodness.
that's part of it's so slippery going up that turn. And that's part of what what we expected coming in here. As you see, Race Hans now, he's at the end of this track, just has to make this final corner, and that can be a dangerous one, but he will find his way through. Does take second place, though. So a bit of a weird start. It seemed like, like you said, nobody really prepared for this water section, but hopefully we get a little bit more consistency. Again, it's really slippery through here. To start things off,
yeah, much more consistent now. It seems as though we have at least 3, possibly even 4 people who are in a good position to take this round. Race Hans, though, he's out in front of everybody at the moment. Ixawai got that last round, but Race Hans, he's one of the ones who this map is going to favor overall. So I want to see him come out and really put on a show here. Ixawai, though, has already shown that he can challenge for this win.
And he's in second place now. Oh, Race Hans, I think he must have tapped that wall, and he's going to fall back into second. This is a great opportunity here for the French player to take 2 in a row, though Race Hans quickly catching up. And he's going to take the lead yet again. And this is the turn
corner,
that I was talking about right here. It gets so awkward if you're unable to take the turn, but he will complete the lap here and will take his first win in this map. So 1-1, and for Nuke, who had the lead in not map number 1, but round number 1 of the map. A little bit disappointing that he hasn't been able to put one full lap together yet. Oh, and there's another
Nukem, another bonk. XY not off to a great start on this one, so we might get to see Race Hans take another one. Or right up there racing with him is Thomas Jean on this one from Switzerland.
Yeah.
He's really putting Race Hans to the test here. Slippery on the plastic, and XY really strong in this section too.
And again, you know, this water mechanic, it's such a tough round. I think this map is such a great map. Oh, there goes Thomas.
Bonk.
Yeah, it's that section of track after that little bit of water where the tires get really slippery and things start to feel a little bit awkward. But Race Hans, again, he's starting to catch up. He's got to have a quick section through here, looking to cut his way by, but he gets stuck. And that should do it, assuming... And there it is, yeah, XY able to take a second win here as Race Hans, a good battle, and they've been battling all map long. It looks like they are trying to secure those top 2 spots, and remember, those are the important ones right now.
XY already halfway there to securing that top spot. Thomas Jean out to the lead on this one into the slippery plastic section. Now, Thomas Jean has had a really hard problem in that really, really tight couple of turns in the latter half of the map. So it's never over until it's over. And he actually lost it on the loop as well. So once again, we have another race between Race Hans and XY, who seem to be kind of running away with this map so far.
Well, hey, it's certainly not over till it's over, as you said. And we'll see, as Race Hans does have the lead.
It's a tricky section.
But both players take it well. XY going to be playing catch up here, just about 0.5 of a second behind. And he takes the better of the corners this time. But Race Hans with enough of a lead here, I think, if he's able to just keep this one steady. There's Thomas actually putting in a pretty good effort. He's got a lot of speed, just can't quite catch him. What a final leg there from Thomas, though. If he can continue that, he could definitely take some wins.
Thomas Jean definitely seems strong in the identity, but it's just his Achilles heel has been the plastic section on the loop and the quick turns going into the identity. So if he can stay strong and stay in a good spot up until that point, he might be able to pull out at least a point here. And potentially, if he can manage to work those kinks out, challenge for the win.
Let's see what he's got. He's got the lead this time. The Race Hans and XY both going to overtake him on the little hop there. Race Hans still in the lead. And I believe the record on this map is a low 57, which, we've seen some pretty good times after the first couple from both XY and Race Hans. Thomas Jean was there, but he fortunately will take that tap on the wall. And now if Race Hans can just keep this steady, he's going to be our first finalist here in this map.
And XY goes wide. That's going to basically guarantee Race Hans the win as soon as he can make this last jump, and he does. Race Hans, finalist.
One more. And XY right behind him as well. So we'll see. Will we have our first round of 32 qualifier here in Race Hans? Again, a community favorite for sure. Glad we get to watch him at least here in the top 64. He's going to be playing from 4th, but he's got a lot of speed coming out of the plastic section there. But Thomas again leading the field here, Gigabyte. This is what we wanted to see.
Yeah, the problem is it's right here at this jump where in the last 2 times he's kind of lost it. There we go. Good transition
very good.
Onto the plastic for that one. He has about 0.2 of a second, quarter of a second-ish on Race Hans. If he can keep it consistent, he's going to deny Race Hans the quick win here. Although this is his kryptonite through the quick turns, he's able to get it.
This is where he bumped last round, though. He's able to take it quite well. Race Hans, though, constantly creeping up, and he's looking to take the map
Better
away.
line.
Able to cut this corner, but Thomas is keeping right there with him. He takes
close.
the lead again. Can Race Hans catch up? Doesn't look like it. Thomas is on the board.
Thomas Jean, I mentioned it earlier, he's really good at the identity, and like that might be his best part of this map. If he can just get there, he's in contention for the win every single time.
I 100% agree, and we saw him lead early, and it looks like he's going to have another early lead here again. This time, Nuke a little, he's in the conversation up ahead, and we are on board with Race Hans probably for the best because he has made each and every round special so far, really pushing the pace here, making these players work, and I'm loving what we're seeing from Thomas. We said it's not over till it's over, and Thomas certainly living up to that right now. He's got the lead again as we transition from the plastic back to the asphalt, and this is the key section here. Gigabyte. Oh, the bump from Race Hans. It's a free win here from Thomas if he can keep it on the track.
Thomas Jean, one of the best players in the open league at this point. Not so good on this line last time. He gets it this time. XY catching up to him around this corner, though, but Thomas just jets out to the lead, and if he can make the last jump, the win. There it is, 2 on the board for Thomas Jean.
And all of a sudden, this group gets exciting with Thomas able to put 2 on the board, so we still have Race Hans, just needs the 1 more. Both XY and Thomas needing 2 to be to push their place into the top 32. XY, I think he just tapped that checkpoint, unfortunately. So he's going to be playing from behind here. It looks like Thomas and Race Hans out in front. Wow, that's a real big battle here. A better start this time from Race Hans, though, and that's a bit of a concern if you're Thomas. Race Hans has played the latter stages of this map very consistently.
That line on the wall, the quarter pipe of plastic was better for Thomas, though. Oh. And a bunk by Race Hans is going to allow Thomas out to lead here. Big charge for Thomas Jean, taking it careful through that section. I'm not sure who is the closest behind him at the moment, but Thomas Jean, all he has to do is... Yeah. Oh, he's got a second. Yeah, Race Hans, all he's got to do is survive this last corner, and he does. The jump, the last part he could mess up on, and there it is. Thomas Jean almost going for a reverse sweep here. Double finalist.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, we've got 2 finalists now. XOI in a little bit of trouble. He's got to get another one under his belt, and we could have a 3 finalist setup. But again, it's Thomas who comes out strong. He just needed a couple of warm-up rounds, Giga. He wasn't quite ready for the pace, but he's able to turn this into quite the competition. And it's going to be Thomas leading, Race Hans right behind him. And again, this little bit of a jump.
Excuse me, it's Thomas Jean, because he is French. There we go. Not bad. Race Hans, though, he is keeping pace with Thomas at this point, but a little bit of a bunk on the side. Thomas is going too low. No, Race Hans in the quick turns is not going to be able to keep up with Thomas Jean. It is going to be his map to lose at this point. Just has to keep it clean around this last corner.
You know, nobody's hit this corner yet, and I'm about to caster curse it. Okay, he didn't touch the corner. That's we've seen a couple of players, even in the higher divisions, fall off on the map there right at the end. But Thomas with 4 in a row to take the first place position out of this group. Congrats to him. He is into the round of 32, and now you've got to imagine Race Hans maybe feeling the pressure a little bit here. But if he could just keep it on the track, he's been fast enough that XY just hasn't been able to keep up.
Race Hans is out to the lead of this one. XY does have 2 round wins, cannot let Race Hans get away from him. And Race Hans has kind of been struggling in that second underwater section here, which they're coming up to right now. He's had a couple bunks on the right side here coming out of the corner. He is able to keep it clean that time. Not so fast, though, in XY bunks.
Keep it on the track. Keep it on the track here for Race Hans. And we will have our two moving on players here through the round of 64 into the top 32. But he will take the final corner with ease. It's Raysons who comes in second here in the map. Thomas Jean able to move on as well. So the top two, I mean, that's a little bit of a disappointment for XY, but you know, he's shown his skill here to us today, and we are still in the round of 64, maybe jumping into another matchup here in just a moment to try to catch the end of something.
Yeah, but that was a really big reverse sweep there for Thomas Jean. And of course, you know, his chat wanted him to play in Open League, and he's showing exactly why they wanted him to play in Open League. Because he can come back and just, he goes behind, gets behind by a finalist, and then, oh, no, I'm just going to pull off 4 in a row. There we go.
And I mean, that's what we wanted to see, right? We wanted a little bit more from that matchup, and it certainly, you know, performed there. I think that was a great way to start our day, and I'm looking forward to getting into these top 32. And so obviously each and every round is going to get more and more competitive. And again, the goal for every player is just make it to that top 2. Doesn't matter how you get there. If it's 4 in a row towards the end of the map, you're going to take that if you're Thomas in that one. But yeah, what a great start. What a great start to the Open League. I'm super excited that we've got even more Trackmania upcoming.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out where we're going from here. I know there are a couple more rounds currently going on in the first half of this round 1. So we're waiting for confirmation as to where we're going to go to. But yeah, and unfortunately for XY, that was a big miss for him as well. He did pull out 2, and it looked like he could have pulled off a couple more, but unfortunately, it's just he got a little bit sketchy out of the underwater section, the second one, just enough times that he was either slow going into the quick turns or just bonked going into the first of the quick turns. So unfortunately for XY, well, I'm sure we'll see him next week.
Oh, I'm sure, and hopefully we will. Hopefully we'll get to see him in some of the further rounds as well. And again, you know, with the way that the map rotation is going to work, maybe that just wasn't his map. Maybe that was, you know, that again for the first map for the round of 64. That is a very, very difficult map with the water mechanics, especially going up that hill with the sharp turns, and you have to keep your speed there if you want any kind of chance to win those maps. But we are going to stick into the round of 64. We're going to jump into another group here. Oh, so a couple of names that people should recognize here on the broadcast. It looks like they are just warming up, so they haven't even started. We're going to jump into this group pretty much right at the beginning. That's awesome. Yeah.
Big credits to the crew over at the Trackmania Grand League staff. They split up the round of 64 into 2 different halves, so we can see more of these fantastic players racing on track, and the community gets to see more of these great players at the same time. And Broly actually out to the early lead here. That's one y'all should recognize. He gets stuck on the top bar, though, and Begenius Carl wasn't actually in a good spot either. That's going to leave Ratchet EU to just come up and take the lead.
Yeah, Ratchet, he didn't have the greatest start, but he's found purchase here at the kind of the midway mark of the map. But this is where things have started to go poorly for just about everyone we've seen so far, and that'll be it for Ratchet there. You saw Carl even slowing up a little bit there just to make sure he didn't take that turn too sharp. And now he's just got to survive here. He's got about a second lead, 8/10 to finish off the map here. Gigabyte Lee should be good, assuming he's able to make it around this turn, and he is. First point to Carl here in the round of 64.
And a couple early mishaps for the other 3. None of them really being in the best position, but you know what? They'll come back from this. Carl not having a great start either. Didn't bonk, but had to avoid it to avoid bonking early.
Right.
Broly out to the lead. Yeah.
And this map, again, you know, a lot of it is just keeping yourself under control, again, with the water mechanic coming out of the water, right? We see most of the players are pretty consistent through this plastic bit. You know, we see changes here and there on the jump, but it's coming out of this, and it's really not even hard slams into the walls. It's just these taps if you're unable to keep yourself under control, as you see Ratchet trying to make a push here He's got some exit speed, but it's going to be a bit too much. And now this is going to be a race through the final water section, gliding over top of the water. It looks like Carl, if he can just maintain his line, will take 2 rounds in a row, and be that much closer to a finalist position.
You know, I'm not surprised at all Begenius Carl is taking this one. For those of you who don't know, this is Super Carloof, the one who won the World Championships in 2006. So he is definitely one to look out for in this whole thing. It just in the open series as well. So it no surprises here that he's super consistent and has the first 2 points of this round.
Oh yeah, absolutely a player to watch throughout the day, assuming that he can, qualify through here. He's already got the 2 wins under his belt, but Ratchet, he's looking to find his first. Comes out of the water, and again he hits that far wall. He's trying to take that outside line, and it just hasn't worked out for him. And there's another bump that this time it's going to be Carl again to find the lead. Ratchet once more up and over that jump. He's just carrying too much speed to really find a good exit, and it's going to be Carl once again. 3 in a row. Will he be able to make it 4 straight and give himself a little bit of a break before round of 32?
He's on the finalist board now, but the other 3, Ratchet, Eichwolf, and Broly, they have kind of all made mistakes early on or towards the latter part of the track, and that's just kind of allowed Begenius Carl to run away with it. It's not even that Carl is doing anything particularly spectacular. His time isn't ridiculous here, but he's just keeping safe lines, recognizing that everyone else is going for some risky stuff, so he has an open go to just take rounds by attrition.
I mean, essentially, it's just be as consistent as you can for Carl here. Don't make mistakes, and the players in front of you will make them for you. But so far, so good for everybody. Broly's got the lead here. Eichwolf right behind him. Oh, I think he just hit that wall coming through it again. Carl in contention, though. It's Ratchet now. Will he be able to turn this into his first map win? Just needs to carry his way through. We're on board, and he is able to just slice that one right through the finish and make it a first round for Ratchet. So kind of expected Ratchet to be towards the top of this group. I think he's had a couple of unlucky attempts through the first couple of rounds. I would not be surprised to see him kind of pull what we saw Thomas did a little bit earlier on.
That was a risky move from Ratchet as well, taking that far outside line, almost clipped the corner, but he was able to get a lot of speed off of that and get through the loop very, very quickly. And it's Ratchet and Eichwolf out to the early lead on this map as a result.
Yes, so can they keep it? That's the big question. Carl is still on the map. He's about 5 seconds behind. But again, I mean, it's one big bonk. A large slowdown. That's going to be Eichwolf. And now Ratchet, all he has to do is keep it on the track. Just keep it on the track. That's all that's got to be going through his mind right there. Takes that corner much better than he had recently. And this should be a second map win for him here. Second round win. I keep saying map win. I don't know why. I don't know why that's stuck in my head. He's able to sneak it through. A little bit extra drama, but he gets his second on the board.
I mean, he was out to the lead by a lot, so he's got to make it dramatic for us, right?
Of course.
So Ratchet now challenging Carl potentially for that first place, but Carl still only has 1 more necessary to get him through to the next round. Ratchet's actually out to lead again. He likes that outside line on that first plastic section.
He's been taking wider lines, it seems, the entire map. I'm not sure if that's his particular strategy. It certainly seems to work out when he's able to hit his lines. And this is the part again. He takes this wider line. This time he cuts it in a little bit closer, I think, wanting to avoid that wall, knowing he's got the lead. Raleigh's going to try to catch this one up, and there's the bump he needed. So now a potential first round win here for Broly if he can just turn this into a win. Does have a challenger, and Eichwolf right behind him, though. Does Ike Wolf have the speed? He does. My goodness, but there's the wall
off the corner.
bomb. The first one we see all day, and it's going to cost Ike.
That was going to go one of their ways. One of them was going to get the first round win, their first point on the day. But it was Broly in that moment. And Broly actually get us the early lead on this round as well. Ooh. Ike. Oof. Big hit off the checkpoint.
Well, at this point, with the way that this group has gone, even if you are in fourth after a tough early start to the map, might as well continue on because you never know what's going to happen in front of you. We have seen some carnage in this group, particularly. There's another one. As Broly was trying to gain a couple of tenths there on Ratchet, and instead it's going to be Carl trying to chase down the German. We'll see if he can get there in time. And Ratchet, again, he's definitely changed his line here on this grass section, the little up and over. And now needs to make sure that he has enough speed here. Ike Wolf was able to catch him. Carl not going to be able to do the same this time, and Ratchet making it a competition. Again, we see this happening here, Gigabyte. 2 finalists after Carl takes the first 3.
Might that become a trend in the future, or is it just a thing about this map where it's super hard to be consistent across multiple rounds at a time? Oh yeah. At least past 3 at least.
And on this map too. Again, I think this map is one of the more difficult of the 9 that we have this season. And the fact
that identity is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's and the fact that there's multiple water sections too. It's not like there's one big one that really challenges the drivers. You have to stay very good in a section that is not easily done. Multiple times throughout the track. You can see Carl there even getting a little loose coming up all over the turn, but he is able to keep it on the track. I just got to try to catch Ratchet. If either one of these players finish in first, we have our first through to the round of 32.
Ratchet, not a great transition into this last section. Carl's keeping pace with him. Is either one going to hit a corner? Ratchet almost ending his run on the wall there. But yeah, Ratchet EU will be our first one from this round, moving on to the round of 32.
Can I just say I called it? I mean, this is literally deja vu. Oh, that's a tough start for Carl.
What?
Yeah, you have to enter the water in a very specific way there, so you go under the water instead of on it. And unfortunately for Carl, that's the first time we've seen that, I think. Or at least actually seen somebody do it.
Just too flat of an angle.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Fortunately for Carl, though, he does have a couple lifelines that he can use here. I mean, Broly only has 1 round point. Ike only has, he has 0 round points at this point, and Carl's still on the finalist. So he has a couple lives that he can use in this map. Ike is well on his way to his first round point, though. All he has to do is keep it on track, keep it steady. Carl's 5 seconds back. Broly is DNF'd at this point, so just has to make this corner successfully. And there we go. One more potential threat on his way to his first point, and he will get it.
I've seen Broly do that a couple of times. He takes one big hit and ends up DNFing. And again, I think with the way that this map is gone, I just don't think that's the proper strategy. I think you just carry on and hope that the person in front of you chokes. Essentially, we've seen it a couple of times. Broly is going to take the lead here, and you got to be, I think if you're Carl, maybe sweating it out a little bit. The group is starting to get a little bit faster. He only needs 1 win, so essentially 1 mistake in front of him gives him the victory here, but still, a little bit of nerves, I'd imagine, from Carl, especially with Broly. A couple of quick early sections through this map.
Broly has just been getting better and better as this round goes on. And you said it, if I were Carl, I'd be maybe a little bit concerned right now. Never mind, Broly gonna hit the wall hard. And now Carl just has to navigate this last corner successfully. He entered a bit shallow, but he was able to successfully get around it. And the last one, there it is. Carl will be our second one moving on to the round of 32.
So there you have it. Ike Wolf and Broly, unfortunately, we say goodbye to them. Carl and Ratchet will move on. So congratulations to the both of them for another exciting round. Again, some come from behind shenanigans, everything like that. A little bit less dramatic this time than last time, but it's exactly the Trackmania that we wanted to see from the Open Division.
Yeah, honestly, that was a really great match to watch. It was really back and forth, and you mentioned it in there as well. We're starting to notice a trend. As soon as the first player gets to finalists, it's usually 3 quick maps in a row, and then they stall out a little. And that might be a characteristic of this map with how inconsistent some of those water sections can be, and how precise they have to be. It could go that way. We're going to another match in this first round. Forever SL on the brink of taking it on the finalist, but really close overall for this one.
Yeah, he does have the lead though coming through the final grass track, but he takes it wide, and that's going to cost him. Will we have a double finalist setup? We jumped right into a very good part of this group. Exciting finish here, and it's going to be 2 finalists now. Alpha with 1 victory to his name as well, so this very well could end in the next round. This is going to be very, very close.
Double finalist for the last transfer position. Alpha not getting a good start, but he is able to keep it on track, at least forever. The last one of those 2 finalists to make it through that first section successfully. Seed, you know he's going to stay on track for this one. No DNFing for him. And honestly, even with that early touch, he's not that far back, only about 1.3 seconds. Right. So he still has a chance.
Yeah, but you know he's going to be praying for Alpha to overtake here, or for Forever to make that big mistake. Needs this to happen. We're going to jump on board with Forever. Can he finish the map? He took the grass section here too wide last time. Not going to make that mistake this time. Knows he's got this in the bag. And now the final section, the victory lap, if you will, for Forever. He will be moving on to the round of 32. A very close finish, but it's Forever who is able to stay more consistent.
So Forever and Barbos moving on from this match to the round of 32. And we might have another one that is still in progress that we'll be joining if we can. But so far, we've seen a lot of close matches in this first round, even with the ones that were, blowouts where it was basically only like 1 or 2 points to the other competitors that were in the top half. Even those matches were pretty back and forth between those 2. And we've already seen a couple where there were a lot of points won across the course of the map, and some of those top players just barely eking out that transfer spot.
Yeah, and we are still searching here in the top 64. If there are any more matches going on, we're going to try to jump on into those, though I'd imagine they are kind of finishing up here, so we may have the round of 32 up next. But I really love the fact that we can kind of jump in and out of the games. Instead of just having to sit here and wait for the next round, we can kind of get a little bit of that extra drama towards the end of the groups. But it does sound like the round of 64 has completed, so we are going to move into that top 32. And again, these players inching their way ever closer. The goal right now, Gigabyte, make it to that round of 8, and you give yourself a chance to qualify.
Yeah, and honestly, that is basically the round that means the most. Yes. All 4 of our finalists make it on to the Open Series Finals. It's that round of 8 that's your do or die moment. You've got to be in the top 2 of your match in that one. And fortunately, by the way, folks, we will be showing you both of those matches when we get to that point. However, it's getting there. That's the point. And we've seen a few of these people who are definitely capable of doing it. I think Carl has a good chance of making it on. We saw him being pretty dominant early on. I know we had Hans, who has been playing extraordinarily well. He made it on too. So I think a few of the players that we've seen so far, they definitely have a good shot of making it.
Well, with this being the first of the Open, we want to say thank you to everybody behind the scenes, making everything happen here. Say hi to chat as well. I know that myself and Gigabyte, probably unfamiliar faces to a lot of folks, so hopefully you've been enjoying the broadcast so far. Obviously, we still have a lot of Trackmania left to go, but hopefully, I've seen a lot of people in chat cheering for their favorite players. I know we've got some community favorites upcoming as well, I think, in some of these next couple of groups too. So make sure you put in chat who you want to see come out ahead. And again, with this open bracket, we get to the top 4, you qualify, but the goal for everybody here is to make it into the Challengers League for next season, so they get even more screen time and everything like that.
I believe my cat has decided to join me in the booth here. She always has a tendency to come up and make it difficult for me to cast, and she's actually trying to move my boom arm here. Let me prevent that from happening. And folks, we actually have our first lobby of this match of 32 ready to go. They are hopping into the lobby right now, but we know who our 4 players are going to be. We're going to see Hisaurus, Panda, Elcon, and Wizzy taking on this first match here. So chat, let's hear who you are rooting for in this first one.
And maybe this is maybe a little bit of bias for me, but Elcon's certainly an unbelievable player. But Panda in his own right also, I think, can challenge this group to be first out. I would imagine those two probably come through top 2, but again, I think we've seen some drama. It's never over till it's over. And it's only going to get closer, like I said, as we get into the round of 32, things like that.
Yeah, and we know that Panda is good with those repetition maps and with maps that he needs to run multiple laps on, multiple world records and 6-lappers and stuff like that. So I feel as though he's actually going to start out probably not so great in the first part of this match, but then as time goes on, he's going to get more and more consistent and he probably outlast his opponents as a result of that mental toughness that he's developed from practicing those types of environments specifically.
Yeah, and again, these tracks are very difficult. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic too. To be very good at these tracks, it takes a lot of hours. Just grinding it out, figuring out what line works best for you and just staying consistent. We saw some very, very, very good players in the previous groups in the round of 64 take a minute to have to kind of sort out what they're doing on the track, how they want to approach things. And obviously, a little bit of rust or nerves can kind of mix into things like that. But, at the same time, it gives other players who maybe might not have the biggest name in the community, or if they've really been grinding it out, they could have the advantage over some of the higher tier players that, you expect to do well on any track that they go to, but maybe it's just maybe there's a lack of practice for some. And obviously this is all speculation. I'm just waiting for us to get into the map. But, and there we go. So
there we go.
You speak it into existence.
You hear that, everybody? Hunted is apparently Trackmania God now. He can just make it happen.
Okay. Well, let's not go that far. Then you're gonna have chat just asking me to start the map every time, and I don't need that.
As you can see, folks, it's gonna be on tightrope for this first.
Yes. I love this map
for the round of 32 here. This map has gained a lot of notoriety in the Trackmania community, specifically for its identity at the very end, and it's where a lot of people trip up, so you can never be certain of who's going to take the round until you get to that part.
Yeah, I love these. I love this specific map just because of the drama that it gives us at the end. You see Panda in the lead, and for anybody who hasn't driven this map, tightrope is a very apt name. As you will see here towards the end, it's 3 back-to-back sections of very, very tight driving that lead directly into the finish. As you can see, Elcon going to give Panda a little bit of a run for his money here through the dirt section. We are coming up towards the end. A little bit of asphalt driving here, and now let's see what Panda can do. He's going to cut this corner. A little bit slow on the exit there, but he is able to keep this lead. He's got he's got even larger of a lead now, 7/10. All he has to do is keep it on the track right here, Gigabyte, and this is where it gets dangerous. There's the first the second, and he'll keep it on for 3. Beautifully done by Panda.
Elcon kept him honest, though. He was not letting him get away with anything, although I do feel as though Elcon might have
I think he crashed out
gone
there.
off at the very end on the identity. But the identity claims its first victim here, folks.
So Panda with 1, and again, you know, like I said, I kind of expect Panda and Elcon to be kind of 1 and 2 in this group, and it certainly looks like Panda comfortable with this map. He has been, you know, quite fast through the first lap, but again, it's about consistency, and that's been one of his struggles in his career is the consistency across multiple laps.
He's actually completely flipping the script about what I was expecting. I was expecting to see him kind of improve over the course of this map, but no, he's just super good early on here, and you can tell this might be his favorite map at this point. And he's also super good on these transitions. Like, we're coming up to this grass part here. Watch how he is able to transition from the grass to the asphalt pretty quickly and super efficiently.
Yeah.
Even in the dirt part, he's just super on it and then out. Look at that transition. Just gained like 2/10 on Wizzy just from that.
Well, Wizzy hoping for a bit of an accident towards the top. Oh, there he goes. Panda's off. Everybody's off. Panda's still going to get the victory. Every single player falls off, and Panda comes through off the respawn to take the dub. That's unbelievable.
This is why you don't DNF, folks. You just respawn and roll with it. Everybody claimed by the tight ropes on that one, and Panda will take his 2nd point so far. You know, he is a great tech player, and he's just showing those skills here.
I mean, this is, again, Keegan, this is why it's my favorite map, just for the drama at the end. And now Elcon, I believe that's Wizzy right next to him. Yeah, Wizzy and Elcon going to be doing battle as Panda, a little bit of a mistake earlier on we just saw. And Hisaurus also in the mix here, so we've got a 3-man little grouping. Hopefully they can stick together and make it really interesting towards the end. But Wizzy showing some consistency here through the first couple of laps as well, Kia, which is great.
Elcon making him sweat, though. It's a better line, honestly, through there, but Wizzy got probably a better run off. And Elcon going to go inside. Now actually takes the lead from Wizzy. What a transition there, too. Fantastic job. Out of the grass section as well. Elcon mastering that one pretty handily. Into the tight ropes, though. Sketchy for Elcon. Wizzy's going to lose it, and Elcon will bump, but he'll make it through anyway.
I can't believe it. I thought Elcon threw that one, but Wizzy, unfortunately, just couldn't quite hang on. And it's going to be Elcon to take his first. Panda with 2. As we start round number 4. We'll see who comes out ahead through the early sections. There's a very specific, or a couple of specific sections, this being one of them, dirt sections on this track, that have given a couple of players a little bit of, I wouldn't say difficulty, but they're just, their line not being perfect. Panda has done it the best I think we've seen so far. When Elcon taps the wall there, unfortunately, Hisaurus, the only player really to challenge Panda at the moment. But when Panda does these dirt sections, he's very, very fast. And it doesn't seem like any of the other 3 have been able to keep up with his line. And we're coming up to the section right now. It's right after this sausage section here.
Yeah,
it's this one.
He look at this. He reduces how much he's turning in that corner. That allows him to keep his wheels moving and keep that forward momentum going as much as possible. So reducing his turning radius to the absolute bare minimum to get him through that corner is how he's so good in those dirt and grass sections, and he'll actually be our first finalist as a result of that.
And very steady through the ending there was Panda. Just making sure, like say, keep it on the track. When you have a second advantage, you can kind of take that, you can slow it up a little bit. Not that Panda's going to do that. He's definitely, going to be full sending it just about every time. But, it's nice to have that in the back of your mind where, you can tap the brakes every now and then if you need to, just to make sure you keep it on the track. But Panda, match point here, essentially. to move on to the top 16. He's got Wizzy in pursuit. As Elcon kind of drops off there, I guess he had a bit of a rough section, kind of missed what happened to him, but Wizzy's going to be putting the pressure on to Panda here. And it's just one final tightrope section for Panda, and he's moving on.
Just got to keep him honest if you're Wizzy. Be there and make him worry about you, and he's definitely worrying about him, as he was not so clean through that section there. Not as clean through the dirt section as he usually is either, and Wizzy gets a couple good turns. Now it's all down to the tightrope section. Can Panda stay smooth? 1, 2.
Oh,
no, Wizzy, he's bumped. Wizzy's gonna go through and take the lap. His first point of this match.
There's no way this happens again, right? There's no way that we see Panda be the finalist and have somebody come all the way back to take first place from him. There's no way it happens, right? Not to Panda.
What was that line by Wizzy?
Oh, through the checkpoint? Yeah, it's one of those you see it in the the Grand League and things like that. I was surprised to see some of the players go for it. I think it's just, it's a tenth faster or so, but it is a little risky. It looks cool though when you can pull it off, go right through the checkpoint like that.
It's keeping him in lockstep with Panda, though, although a bit of a missed drift there by him's going to allow Elcon to come up and take second. Still keeping Panda on his toes, not letting him run away. And as we've seen, that tightrope has already claimed Panda more than once in this match. See if he can pull out with a point from this lap, though. He is really good in this dirt section. Not a great section there. Elcon and Wizzy also matched him, though.
Yeah, I think this is fine for Panda. Again, it's just you have to finish the map. That is the big question. We are on board with him. He's 1, 2. This is where he bumped last time. Not going to happen again. And Panda will set himself all the way through as that's a 1:11 finish, too, from Panda. That was quite fast through that map. You can see the record there. That's a 1:10.4, which, a 1:11... Still, obviously a little bit room for improvement, but the Panda has really pushed the pace of this map, and now that he's gone, I think it's going to be up to Wizzy, honestly, who we see here in front, to kind of keep the boys honest, if you will. Elcon really hasn't been challenging the front of the pack. I think this is Wizzy's time to shine, but the hit on the jump there, that's going to hurt. Now Elcon with the lead.
He took a super risky line going into that jump, and unfortunately just did not pay off for him. Elcon a little bit slow going into this jump too, but he is able to land it, and in fact, very cleanly.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, don't count Elcon out of this match here. He's definitely in the position to take it. In fact, he might take the lead here out of the remaining 3. Great drift as well. Into the dirt, rides the high line, keeps it low actually.
Yeah. Okay, and I think that's kind of the difference that we've seen between Panda and the rest. As Elcon going to walk the tightrope here.
Oh, he slid! He kept it together!
Keeps it together. My word, Elcon. Little bit of drama, but he's able to cross the finish line first. And now he will put himself above Wizzy with 2 victories here. And again, Wizzy has been the faster of the 3 cars. Who was that just bonked? Oh, it was Wizzy. So
yeah, Wizzy.
So this is a good opportunity now for Hisaurus to try to get on the board. He's got a good early start.
Out ahead of Elcon, but Elcon has been much more smooth through that section, and he was. Hisaurus, though, really good through that grass. Elcon comes back ahead of him. And I think I just saw a bump there from Hisaurus on the wall. No, he's actually keeping it lockstep with Elcon, just losing about a 10th there through that section. But this is not over by any stretch of the word. Even if Elcon does take this and moves on to finalist, I feel as though Wizzy's going to have something to say about that.
Oh, absolutely. Wizzy is definitely not done here with Elcon. Again, it comes down to just finishing the map. He's got a pretty good line through here. Got a second on Hisaurus, so all you have to do is keep it together through the tightrope. 1, 2, takes a little bump, but it's not going to be enough. You saw him slow down there. Knows he had time. I think his source even fell off as well. So that's going to be a third for Elcon. And now he is 1 away from the top 16. Will my prediction come true, Gigabyte?
Well, we'll have to see. Elcon 1 away from taking it. Is Wizzy going to be able to come back, though? And not to count out his source either, but you know that he wants to do something about this lead by Elcon as well. But Elcon off to a really strong start for this lap.
Yeah, this is tough. I'd love to see the perspective of Wizzy here if we can get it, just because I want to see what he can do to try to pull this one back. He's been fast in the early section, but kind of a little bit slower through the mid, coming up towards the crucial kind of sausage into the dirt transition. I think that's where he's going to be able to make up his time. We'll see how he takes this corner. Pretty good, yeah, but it's just not the exit speed he wants. And now it's just going to be Elcon having to keep it on the track. Will he be our top 16 player from the group here? Wizzy hoping and praying that Elcon misses the tightrope. But Elcon keeps it on. And I think deservedly Elcon moves on.
Yeah, Elcon, he just came back and just took 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, not all 4 in a row, but he definitely came back and just, as soon as Panda was out of the way, Elcon just bam, bam, bam. And he was in second for quite a few of those rounds that Panda won anyway, so.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he was just kind of waiting for his time. It's like, okay, yeah, Panda, go, get out of here. And now I'm just going to go through and take it.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And again, you know, my prediction came true. Panda and Elcon 1 and 2 out of the groups. I do think Wizzy, you know, maybe this map not necessarily his best of the 9, but I have a feeling that we're going to see him in the later stages in later weeks, assuming, you know, he continues to compete. And looks like we're going to jump right on into hey, we're back with Ratchet. Here he's wow, this is a very close group. My goodness. 2 finalists and the other 2 players on 2 wins. So this group is very, very competitive. And we see Ratchet in the lead to start this out. The Tankrom not going to go down without a fight, it seems.
Ektraz also keeping lockstep with both of these two. Very techie lobby here.
Oh yeah. Very techie
Ratchet.
map.
Very techie map. Ratchet EU trying to take down the Canadian. Tankrom wants to make it a triple finalist situation, though, and he is trying. These two within a tenth of a second of each other.
Yeah, lockstep with one another. I mean, they are driving the exact same line. Though this time, Ratchet, I think Ratchet's going to lose a little bit of positioning here, though. He's trying to make it back on the asphalt. Here we come up to the tight ropes. Tankrom able to make it through. Ratchet with the speed.
So
oh, the water is what sends Tankrom through to the triple finalist setup. Unbelievable.
Just a little bit of a dip further down in to the water, and that's going to allow Tankrom to push through. Let's see if Ektraz can make it a quad finalist. Why not? Let's go to sudden death.
I would love let's do it, man. Let's do it. The drama this map already brings at the end would just be multiplied by 1,000 if we had all finalists. Only 2 players can go through. Ratchet with a little bit of a lead here to start things out. And from what we saw, I mean, we haven't been with this group the entire time. As you mentioned, you know, the Canadian's been quite quick. Tankrom, you know, of course, I think you and I are going to have a little bit of NA bias. Would be nice to see an NA player moving on, but, you know, Ratchet's certainly not going to go down without giving Tankrom everything he can handle. Here comes the dirt section that's been so important, and both players come out with pretty much equal speed. Tankrom's going to have just the edge here. Can he pull this one out? Can he be our first through? There's one. Oh, he takes a bump. Ratchet keeps it together, and he'll be the first one through. Ratchet, well done in the high intensity situation there.
Still on a double finalist situation. Ektraz can make it a 1-1 with a win here. He's out to the early lead, in fact. Although not so great through that first checkpoint by Ektraz. Seems to be his weakest part of the map, honestly, because he's fallen back behind the last couple laps that we've seen.
Oh no, Roquette as well. Just doesn't take that turn the way he wants. This is looking really good right now for Tankrom.
He's actually pulling away a little bit too. Now up to 3/10 is his lead, but Roquette is going to come up and make it difficult for him. Closing that gap down really quickly, now down to just about a 10th. Ektraz still in hot pursuit of both of them.
Wow.
Over the hump. Ektraz, I think, actually gained a little bit on these two. Tankrom and Roquette, that's not a great transition out for Tankrom. Roquette's actually going to gain a little bit of time. Now on to the tightrope. This is where it all matters. Tankrom losing time. He bumped twice. Roquette going to take the lead, and he's going to transition.
Unbelievable. Tankrom comes up short 2 maps in a row, and that's a heartbreaker for the Canadian. Doesn't make it through. Well played, and what a great group to jump on into. But it is going to be Ratchet and Roquette who will push their way through. So sad day for North America, but I mean, couldn't have asked for a better finish.
Let me take my copium. But anyway, yeah, Tankrom, no, he was super competitive for that entire time. Unfortunately, he just couldn't pull it out when it really mattered. And being in a triple finalist situation is always difficult no matter what, because you know that one of them is going to go down and one of them's not going to be able to transition into the next round, at the very least, if not 2 of them in a quadruple finalist situation. But I believe we have actually wrapped up the round of 32 now. Okay. We're just waiting for all of our results. We don't really have a full confirmation yet, so we're just kind of waiting here to see what the match officials are going to have us do next. But, you know,
hopefully it's cast more Trackmania, because I would prefer to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You guys don't want to see me driving in this. I definitely think my place is in the booth.
Same here.
But I mean, that's why I love these maps, man. I mean, I legitimately did like grind these maps when they came out for the, just to see what times I could get, and that's what makes watching these players so much fun, right? Because they're so consistent, and we talk about little inconsistencies they have, like I can do any better than they can, but it's so much fun. That's why I think these maps are awesome. I've really enjoyed each and every one so far that's released for this series, or this season, I should say.
Confirmation now from production. We do have the round of 16 ready to go, and we're about to get in to our first matchup of that round of 16. And these have some community favorites in it, and someone is going to be disappointed no matter what. Sam, Barbos, Nako, and Emerson are going to be in this first match of the round of 16. And this is going to be extraordinarily close. I honestly would not give a prediction on who is going to walk out of this.
Yeah, that's what we've been kind of saying too, as the rounds have gotten closer and closer to the round of 8. The lobbies are going to get more and more competitive. And if that last lobby that we jumped into was any indication, I think you're right. I don't know who you have coming out of this. I'd love to get chat's opinion, who chat thinks will make it out of the group. It's a pretty stacked lobby though, so maybe we can. I don't know if we have the gambling system here set up on Trackmania.
No, I don't think we have.
Everybody loves channel points.
Yeah, channel points. I don't think we have that set up though. So
it's okay.
A lot of people in the chat predicting Barbos for the win though, and I'd have to agree. Not going to tell you what map we're on just yet, but I'd have to agree with those people in chat saying that.
Yeah, I mean, well, hey, you did literally just flip-flopped. You said, I have no idea who's going to win, and then you just agreed with chat. So which one is it?
Okay. I'm not willing to make the prediction, obviously, because I know if I make the prediction, I'm going to be wrong. Okay. And I'm also going to cast or curse them because it just follows me around for some reason, the cast or curse. I don't know how that happens.
Fair enough.
But I'd have to agree with chat that Barbos probably has the best chance of walking out of this lobby in either first or second.
Well, we are just about ready to go, I believe. This, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the map we are heading to is Grassline. Yep. So again, a little bit of a different map, a little bit of a different look. I love the way this one finishes as well. You know, kind of the bug slide into the no slide kind of finish, and we'll see. You know, it gives even some of the best players in the world, you know, a little bit of trouble. We'll see how it fares here in the open, but it sounds like we are just ready to go.
That bug slide finish really kind of messes me up every single time, but it's just ridiculous, and this is a super techie track again. So the tech players really having fun and kind of making this their plaything at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there are, you know, we say that, and I know that we qualified with quicksand and icy jump as well. So, you know, having to be fully rounded, I think, of a player, and then you come into this and it's a couple of tech maps to open things up. Kind of makes it exciting. But here we go, round number 1. And all 4 competitors taking the first couple of jumps with ease. Although a little bit of an outside line there for Barbos, but he's able to recover. I thought he touched the wall, but I guess he didn't. He had a ton of speed coming out of that corner.
It must have been just a pixel, but that gave him such a huge run. You said it yourself, just a lot of speed as a result. He's challenging with Emerson now, who's up there. Whoa. Close around the corner into the dirt. Barbos holding that lead, and now we're getting into the last section, the identity here. Who's going to land it better? Barbos with a quick transition. Emerson got super slow, but they both did.
He's got him.
It's so close.
He got him.
Emerson got him by 17 milliseconds.
And that's the no slide. It looked like they both took the bug slide well, but Emerson just a better line, a little bit better on the no slide there to finish that one off. And my word, that's a bit of a heartbreaker there for Barbos. He was in the lead for a majority of that, but well played to Emerson. He takes the first point. And that's the kind of Trackmania we were expecting to see here, especially into this round of 16.
Yeah, now that we're into the elite of the qualifiers today,
yes,
it's starting to get much, much closer. Barbos and Emerson are now fighting for this win again.
And just a little bit of, you know, terminology for anybody who is unfamiliar with Trackmania. What we call a bug slide, it was named that way because it used to be a bug. As far as I'm aware, it is no longer a bug and instead an intended mechanic in the game. And it's this grass slide, if you will, that right here that they're about to take, where you get a ton of speed. As Nako is going to be the first one through, and Barbos again comes up just a bit short.
Just out of nowhere, Nako pulled up and just took the win away from both Nako and from both Emerson and Barbos on that one. So Nako, not one to sleep on.
Nobody on this in this group, I think, is one to sleep on. Even though we haven't seen Sam in the front runnings, you know that he's just a couple of tenths behind, waiting to make that move. And it is going to be Emerson and Barbos again to take the 1 and 2 spots on this lap. And I think it seems like both players very confident through the asphalt section. Some really good drifts. Then, you know, obviously through the no engine zone there. Again, they trade places, but very, very close. Ultimately, it just seems like it comes down to who takes the grass slide into the nose slide, you know, a little bit better. It was Nako last time. Can Nako catch up again? He's almost a whole 5/10 behind. Here it comes. Barbos. Oh, he bounces.
A bit of a hiccup. Oh, Nako's right there, though, and Emerson finally going to go through and get his second win of the round. And Barbos, Chat's favorite so far.
Chat's got to be sweating, man. Telling you. Chat's got to be sweating a little bit.
All even out of that first little jump. Emerson's really good in this section. This is where he really gets a lot of his speed, as well as the middling section here where there's a bunch of jumps into slides.
Well, let's see. Again, it's going to be Emerson who has the early lead, but Barbos right there with him. These players battling it out so far in this group each and every lap. Really no more than a couple of tenths separating them so far.
Oh, that was a great run.
Yeah, beautiful run there from Barbos. Emerson's going to have to catch up as we come into the slide. Who's got it done? Barbos needs a good one, and that'll do it.
Oh, there it is.
He'll get his first map win.
Nako still super close. He's been in the hunt, man, for this entire time. There you go, chat. Your favorite has now taken a dub.
He's got the dub. He's got one. And Chat's back in it.
The ice has been broken, even though we're not on Icy Slide.
No, not yet. Not.
No spoilers. Shush.
Oh, hey, no. I'm just hoping that you get to see Icy Slide. I mean, they qualified on it.
Icy Slide's such a tough map.
It's one of those maps where the finish is so very important.
I hate ice, so it took me like an hour to get past the first checkpoint. I was.
Oh, fair.
I was irritated.
See, maybe I'm weird, but I honestly do like ice maps. I don't know if that's a hot take, but ice maps are a lot of fun just because you kind of get a little bit of a different feel.
I guess they just don't make sense in my brain because I have a ton of like actual racing experience, like iRacing and stuff like that.
Sam!
Ooh,
Go,
Nako's
Sam!
Gonna challenge for it.
Wow! For the finish! Oh my goodness! Sam by a hundredth of a second is able to find his first round win. Nako, that was extremely close. My word!
I think that was our closest margin yet on this map. All four of these players so closely matched. Wow, everybody's smooth through the first one. Sam got a little bit of a hiccup early on. Emerson out to the lead now, just a little bit ahead of everybody. Barbos and Nako still in the hunt. Sam's actually going to come up and take that third spot. Who's the smoothest through the section? Barbos has been so strong through that.
And we'll see if he can find his second map win. This group shaping up to kind of live up to the hype we were giving it earlier on. Everybody with a win so far. Emerson looking to pull out ahead, though. He's got 2 to his name, and he's got the lead here. Just needs to have this slide go well. Here he goes. Everybody in contention. It's going to be a race to the finish, but it's Emerson again. And Nako, how many second place finishes is he going to get in this group?
As many as Emerson is still in the group.
as many as he is allowed.
As many as he is allowed to get. He will come in second every single time to somebody else. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride in this round. Well, once the bride, I should say.
Once the bride. It was a nice marriage. It was a good round that round, too. He was a 100th of a second away from getting married twice, if we want to be technical as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's in second place now. Barbos Trying to chase down Emerson. The whole gang is trying to chase down Emerson right now.
Barbos is so good in that no engine section. He makes up so much time. Made up 2/10 on Emerson from that one.
Into the grass portion. This is where time can be won or lost. Emerson takes that a little bit wide, and now he's got a little bit of a slower exit. Barbos creeping up on him now as we come into the grass slide. Sam in third, looking to take some speed here. Barbos in the lead, and he's got the finish. Yes, he does. So we continue on with 4 players. Barbos takes his second map, or second round.
My goodness. Barbos. This is just getting closer and closer the longer we go on. Emerson is a finalist, yes, but I feel as though it can still go to literally anybody in this match.
Right. Oh, no, I mean, after what we've seen so far today, I think you would be naive to think anything else. But Emerson, the nice thing for Emerson, too, is that nobody else is really close, right? Barbos has 2 map wins. He needs 2 more. So you have a little bit of time to try to figure this out, but, you know, you don't want to rest on your laurels here if you're Emerson. You want to try to get out of this as quickly as you possibly can. He's going to be following the group this time around. Nako with a little bit of a lead, and Sam right behind him. Barbos, a great dirt section there, though. He's going to put himself right in the running, and here we go. All 4 are through. It's Nako in the lead. Emerson going to challenge, but not quite enough, as Nako takes his second of the map.
Holy, just getting closer and closer the longer we go on. Emerson still can't find that last win to put him on to the round of 8. And Nako as well, getting better and better as this map goes on.
You know what I've noticed since we've started this group?
What's that, Hunter?
Each of these players is pretty good at Trackmania.
I mean, literally everybody who we've seen is better than me. Oh my goodness, Emerson not going to get it here either.
Nope.
We could have a double finalist situation at this point. Maybe even Sam comes up and takes it.
Yes, Sam is in contention, though. I would love to see a quad finalist in this round, just for the drama.
It's certainly acting like it could get to that point.
Whoa, Barbos, good exit speed there. Again, he's been really good at this dirt transition. He's going to give himself a little bit of space, but here comes, I believe that's Nako to his left.
Nako.
Oh, Nako can't get the bug slide, and it's going to be Barbos, second finalist.
Nako pulled the virtual at the very end.
Oh, no.
My goodness.
Oh, no.
Still, though, Nako and Sam are not out of this yet. Double finalist.
Good line for Barbos. Really good early section there. Every time he does that, I think he just taps the wall with that back tire, but
maybe he is, and that's actually faster.
It just gives him a little bit of speed. He just off the wall there, and there's another good engineless section.
He's so good at that engineless section. He gets how he enters. It's like a middling line. It's not super outside. It's not super inside. Right. He just takes the middle and then just rolls through the corner, holds in that left input, and just goes.
Well, right now, it's a race between our 2 finalists, Barbos and Emerson, coming up on the grass slide here. Will they cut it? Barbos off the track. Emerson, he's got a challenger, but it's not going to be enough.
It is.
And that will be Emerson finally pushing his way through to the top 8. And he will have a chance to qualify for the Open League Finals in that round of 8. So congratulations to him. Barbos, though, still fighting it out here, needs one more win himself.
He's already off to a good start. Sam, not a great start for him. He's kind of hoping Nako comes up and challenges Barbos for this one. Still, he's only about a 10th back. And as we've seen, that ending bug slide can really catch a lot of people out.
Oh yeah. We'll see
So,
what.
like, if you're within about a second, by the time you get to the identity, you're still in the running.
Well, it's kind of like the tightrope again. You know, it can either go well for you. You could kind of have an okay one, but you're going to lose time, or you could just fall off the map. There's kind of the only three outcomes there, and I believe Nako, yeah, he's DNF, so it's Sam to continue the map. He's got to beat Barbos here. There they go around the corner, and Sam's got the speed, but it's not going to be enough. Barbos with the victory, and chat gets its finalist. I assume chat going to be celebrating a little bit there. They have willed Barbos into the round of 8. Unfortunate for Nako and Sam. Their day will end in the top 16.
They hath spoke it unto existence in Trackmania. He is going to move on. And actually, that was our last match to wrap up in the round of 16. So we now have all of our finalists into the round of 8. And as we told you, we're going to bring you both of those matches. And this is the one that really, really matters. The top 2 from both of these upcoming lobbies are going to move on to the final, and they will move on to the Open Series final as well.
Yeah, we are going to get that rolling here, but we are going to take just a short break to get everybody set up and give the drivers a little bit of a break before we go into that qualifying round. So make sure you keep it right here on the Trackmania Twitch channel. Follow us if you haven't yet. With all this awesome Trackmania action, you're definitely not going to want to miss a moment. But we will be back in just a couple of minutes to see who qualifies for that open final. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be back in just a moment. Maybe we're not going to.
I mean, I guess we're not going to go.
Are we not going to break?
You know what? I guess we're not going to break then. All right.
Okay, well,
beautiful. Okay. Production just making us look silly, I guess, Hunted.
We just need the memes. Just need the memes for
Hold on a sec. I need to calculate the likelihood of this happening again. Just give me a second here.
All right, folks. So, we will see you on the other side of the break, this time for real.
It just told me caster math.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Trackmania Grand League Open. It is qualifier number 1, and we are into the round of 8 here, Gigabyte, and this is where things get spicy. We're going to be watching both groups because this is the very, very important round where the top 2 from each group, they make it to the top 4, and if you make it to the top 4, you insta-qualify for the Open League final here in about a month or so.
Yeah, and so it's like this is I've been talking about all day. This is the do or die moment. This is where you need to pull out that top 2 finish. You'll have other chances down the line, but do you really want to have to go through another qualifier to get to this point and just try and do it again? Man, they are being aggressive with those plows today, if any of you can hear that. But sounds like they're about to come in through my window.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, this is the point where you have to do or die. And both of these groups are extraordinarily well balanced. And just like the last one, I'm not really willing to make a call on who's going to advance from these. But our first semifinal that we're going to have today is going to be between Panda, Thomas Jean, Valnera, and Barbos in the first lobby. So both of these are really stacked, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, and we get to see Thomas again. He was in our round of 64, so it's great to see him continuing through as we are set and ready to go for our first group. It is Icy Jump, and I'm super psyched to see this map here, Kiga. After we've already seen Tightrope, we already watched Grassline. Yeah, that's how you do that. That's hilarious.
I just said it took me like an hour to get to the first checkpoint. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, so Icy Jump, for anybody who hasn't played these maps, Icy Jump is obviously named after the identity of the map, which is an icy jump, which we're going to see. It's right at the end. We've seen a couple of different ways to do it in both Challenger and the Grand League, and now with Panda and Thomas Jean here and even Barbos as well. I'm really interested to see how these players take that final jump as we see Panda out to an early lead here in our first round. We are coming up on the identity. Nice little cool little use of bounce pads, I think, too, in this map as well. And that is going to be part of that last little jump that we're going to see here in a second.
And the namesake jump is really one of those awesome obstacles of Trackmania where you have a number of ways you can take it, and they're all perfectly valid depending on how you like to do it.
Here it is.
This is that namesake jump. Thomas Jean getting a bit sideways. Going to go for another slide. That's a bit too slow. Panda's going to jump out to the lead, and he's going to get the first lap win.
So just based off of the first lap here, we saw just about everybody. We didn't see Valnera take the jump, but we saw the other 3, and they all went sideways, kind of the known line, right? And it could be hard to line up. Personally, when I do this map, there's like 2 little trees that you can see towards the bottom. I try to line my car up with the smaller of the 2 trees. It doesn't always work. I'm not good enough at this game to be consistent, but it helps me try to line up with that tree. I don't know what points these guys try to aim at, but we see them all kind of take that kind of side slide into the first jump, which has been sort of the meta, I think, for a majority of like the Challenger and Grand League players as well.
Yeah, no one really wants to take that straight on because then you have to go into a super difficult slide when you land. Right. I mean, it's faster if you can do it.
Right.
But it only saves you about 2/10, and even then, it's super hard to land consistently. And here we see everyone taking that meta jump that you had previously spoken about. Thomas Jean and Panda, actually, this is really close. Panda's going to get out to lead and take the dub.
Wow. Yeah, just a little bit faster there on that the follow-up slide. The second slide was Panda. He kind of just landed it a little bit cleaner than Thomas Jean did, and now Panda out to a 2-0 lead. I don't think that's unexpected. I think we definitely expect Panda to put his best foot forward here. but haven't really seen much from Volnera or Barbos. As I say that, though, Volnera's going to be in the hunt for this round right now as he and Thomas Jean first 1 and 2 here through the bobsled section, toboggan section. I don't know what to call that.
Bobsled section, yeah. See, that's the thing. Volnera hasn't been in it up to this point, but now we see him leading. Icy Slide is one of those maps that's so hard to be super consistent on because it's almost like you can never take the exact same line, especially through the ice sections at the end. It's just insanely difficult to do consistently fast. So we can see exactly that happening now, where Volnera has a half-second lead over Panda, who has 2 points at this point. So, I mean, just it's so hard to be consistent.
And here comes the jump. Volnera needs to make this one work. Here's the second slide. Looks pretty good from our angle, and he should have his first map win. Wow, Panda was close. He closed that gap from about 5/10 to down to just about 1/10 there. So Panda trying to come back, but Volnera ultimately takes his first map win, and now we have a little bit of a competition here in this group.
Ooh, falling off the back. Who was that? I believe that was Thomas Jean, who actually kind of got a little bit of a bump on the inside of the curb.
These dirt sections, you're going to see these players take each and every dirt section on this map very, very wide, just trying to minimize the amount you have to turn in to keep that speed, especially if they end up having to gear up through those turns, which. Especially in this upcoming one, if you take this section properly, you shouldn't have to. But I mean, ultimately, it comes down to the consistency as always. As Panda in the lead here, and you're going to see them take this out way, way wide and exit with a lot of speed coming down off the bank.
Volnera actually closing up a little bit the gap to Panda. Here we go. This is the defining part of the map, though. Panda. See how he takes his landing. Volnera's really sideways. He is much straighter than everyone else seems to do. And he is actually going to take the round win there.
Yeah, pretty easy for Panda too. I mean, 111 is not bad. I didn't see. I didn't see what the tenths were there, but a 111 in general from Panda is very fast for this group in general. So it's going to take a lot for these players to try to knock Panda off. And I mean, he only needs one more win here, and he's through to the top 4 and to essentially qualify for the Open League Finals.
Volnera challenging for this position, though. Thomas Jean is out in the front. Panda's really good on that bobsled section. It's just a quick turn, but he is an expert at those types of things, and it seems like Panda is one of the best ice players on the map right now.
Let's see, Panda again out in the lead. Let's see, he's going to take this turn. Volnera, the only one to challenge, as Thomas Jean going to fall back here. Can Panda do it? Can he be our first finalist? He's coming into the icy jump. Takes it just like he has every time. Just misses that tree. That was very close. Volnera with a little bit of speed, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Panda will do it in 5 rounds. He wins 4 of the 5 and will be our first qualified Grand League Open finalist. Congratulations to him. But now the race is on here, Gigabyte. It's all up in the air.
Volnera has the advantage here, obviously, because he has that 1 point, but this is really in anybody's hands. Thomas Jean actually gets out to the best start here. A lot of the chat was favoring Barbos going into this, but Icy Slide, they said it themselves. Not his best map. So it's an uphill battle for him. Thomas Jean seems to be like a Swiss on any ice, perfectly at home.
I know chat was big on Barbos last time. I haven't seen too many cheers in the chat. Let's get that going. Cheer for your let's give these players a little bit of energy right now, especially now that Panda's out. It is a race to the finish here, I think. Thomas Jean looking for his first map win. Barbos is going to be right behind him, Kiga. I mean, we've seen each or these two players so far throughout the day, who do you think has sort of the advantage over one another?
Absolutely, Tmgl here. He is the better ice player. Barbos, this is not his forte as he goes completely sideways. Has to adjust at the last moment, but Tmgl did not get a good run. He's going to go.
He got him.
Barbos
He got him.
by 600ths of a second.
Wow. And you say he's not a good ice player, Gigabyte.
I mean, it's not his forte, to be honest. But you know what? If you can clutch one out, clutch it out.
That was beautiful from Barbos, and now immediately on the opening ice section, unfortunately, he will have to play from behind this time. And now Volnera going to try to chase down Tmgl here. And if Thomas can do this, we'll have an even lobby. And Panda's getting quite the show. He's getting his money's worth here. Getting to watch this one early as he is already qualified through. Good move there from Thomas. Takes that section well through the plastic. Now the jump onto the grass. I think Volnera might have the bit better of an exit, though Thomas a little bit more speed through that jump. Volnera creeping up. He closes up that gap. Less than a tenth of a second. And it's going to come down to the ice slide yet again. Great move from Volnera, really putting the pressure on. You know, Tmgl, after losing that last one, doesn't want to fall again. But it's just a bit of a wide turn there. Can Volnera even this out? Doesn't look like he'll be able to. And we are all tied at 1.
This is a stressful match for the remaining 3 players. All 3 are just about even here at this point. Tmgl might have a better overall ice game, but man, it is so close between these 3.
So
he's actually going to go out to lead here.
I did want to say, I read in chat somebody asked to explain the format, and since we've got a little bit of time here where all these players are really racing it out, the format's quite simple for the open league, right? You know, we're in this, you know, if you don't know how the individual maps are played, you essentially go until 2 players win 4 times. So when you see finalists, whatever, that means that they need 1 more win in a lap to move on, and it's the first 2 players to do it 4 times, move on. When we started the day, they started with a 10-minute qualifier on 2 different maps to find the fastest 64, and then from there it's just a straight bracket. The top 2 move on from each group of 4, so we went from 64 to 32 to 16, and now we are in the round of 8. Half of the players playing here, the top 2 move on, the other half we will see in just a moment. As we are coming down to the final on this lap, Barbos trying to cut Tmgl, not going to happen. Thomas with 2 in a row.
That's exactly what he needed. Thomas not wanting to go down too far behind everybody else, and now just takes the lead. But Barbos, he's been getting a little bit better on this ice map so far as the day goes on. Thomas is just so strong in that first hairpin. Big jump. Basically dead even for these 2.
I think Thomas has been more consistent in general through the beginning. It seems like he's always taken that couple of tenths lead, and Barbos has just pulled it back slowly over the middle and towards the end. And he's doing it again here. We'll see how he cuts this corner. Yeah, this is going to be another dead heat, but if Thomas can just keep this lead, Gigabyte, he's been better on the ice.
He's got to get a good run out of here, does Barbos. He's actually going to close it up just a little bit. But through the slow sections, Thomas does seem to be edging him out just a little bit. Onto the ice now. Barbos has to get a good slide. He does. Actually makes up a little bit of time. Gets a really good launch. This is going to be a dead heat. Did he get him? Yes, he got him by 300ths of a second.
And Barbos just needs the drama at the end. This is how he wins maps. By hundredths of seconds. He gets another one, and we stay a very, very competitive and good group to watch. This is a whole lot of fun. I hope everybody out there enjoying this broadcast as well. You know, the Trackmania, the quality of Trackmania we've had so far today, Kiga, is unreal.
Yeah, and ever since like the round of 16, we've seen a lot of really, really close matches. And even in the round of 64, there were a couple really close ones out of those. So the quality of Trackmania overall is just improving amongst the entire community. And the depth of everybody is just becoming immense.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, right now, as we jump back into this, it looks like Thomas Jean maybe having a little bit of trouble. He's about a second behind here. Barbos, as long as he can just keep it together through the last couple of turns and into the ice jump, he should have his third map win. This looks pretty good. And he will casually coast on through. So a third win for Barbos, and he is our second finalist. Can he do it? Can he push himself into the top 4?
Thomas Jean, I'm sure will have something to say about it, and Volnera not done yet either. It's been so close. I'm not even willing to say that either that Barbos is likely to even take this as the finalist going on. Oh no, Thomas got a really bad landing off of that one. He's still not out of it, but Volnera just going to jump way out ahead of him. That's a mistake from both Barbos and Thomas on this lap.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Volnera, big
no.
bonk off the sign.
How did that even happen? He looked fine, and then all of a sudden he just kind of cut it to the left a little bit there, trying to recover his positioning, and unfortunately now, everything is riding on Barbos here. He can essentially finish this group off if he can keep it together. You know, Thomas Jean, he is kind of catching up. I'd love to get his perspective if we can. He is kind of closing the gap after that tough start.
Let's see it. Thomas has been the more consistent one on the ice. Barbos big launch. He's not going to land perfectly. Oh my goodness. Thomas is going to come right up onto him. Dead heat.
No,
12 milliseconds.
Oh, what a finish. It wouldn't have been a Barbos win without a crazy finish to push himself over the line. My word, what a great finish to that. And you got to know that's got to be such a heartbreaker. I mean, Barbos is celebrating. I know that for sure. He's all smiles right now, I'm sure. But man, what a heartbreaking finish there. But absolutely unbelievable. So good.
Like it's just Thomas so close on so many occasions, and almost able to edge out Barbos in the very last section there. But Barbos just seems to be getting better and better at these maps as they go on. So Barbos will be the second qualifier from that match, as we're getting ready to go into the second match of the round of 8. So we will see both of those two in the Open Series Championship.
Yes.
But we haven't decided everything yet tonight, and we'll see them as well for the final round as well. But that's basically just for bragging rights at this point.
Right.
So we have now one more match to go to determine the final 2 spots that will be moving on from this qualifier. Everyone else will have to go on to qualifier 2 and try and make their way through that.
Which is so awesome. I mean, this is qualifier number 1, right? We have 3 more of these to do, and the fact that it's only going to get closer and closer and closer as we continue the weeks on, it's definitely a lot of fun. Really excited. So glad to be here and doing this broadcast right now as well. So we do have our first 2 finalists, as you said. Congrats to the 2 of them. But as we move forward into the next group, it's Emerson, Ratchet, Hugo, and Jean-René. So another couple of players that the community definitely going to be cheering for. So here we go, jumping into our second round of 8, our last group here, and the top 2 from this one qualifying for that finals.
We haven't really gotten to see much of Jean-René or Hugo. Excuse me. Yeah, Hugo today, but they have apparently done very well up through the brackets at this point. Another close one here. Ratchet is probably my favorite to come out of this group, at least with an advancing position. Not sure if it's going to be in first, but I do kind of expect at least Ratchet to make it through.
I don't know, man. We've seen Emerson and Ratchet. We haven't seen Jean-Rene or Hugo here. And it's been, with how close the groups have been, I don't want to count anyone out. I don't want to put anyone ahead of anybody else. I mean, it is a French-dominated lobby, of course. Not really a surprise, certainly. But Ratchet is in third place to open us up here. Emerson gaining on Hugo. As we come to we're going to get our first look. Oh, a little bit of a tap on the wall there from Hugo. Emerson is going to take the lead. He almost ran into the wall himself, but is able to keep it together. As we see the top three going to try to battle it out. Ratchet keeping himself in it. Here comes the jump.
That's a hard turn.
Yeah, too much for Ratchet. And I think this should be Emerson's. Oh. It will be.
Nope, yep. Emerson will take this first lap. But Ratchet, valiant fight back there to try and keep it in a good spot, but he just had too hard of a turn there before the first jump on the ice. So unfortunately, he couldn't come up and make it a challenge at the very end.
So Emerson with the first dub. Ratchet was close. He's in the lead this time, but there's the wall. Yep, you can see it immediately. The trajectory not quite being what he wants. As this is going to be, I believe, Hugo right on his tail. Jean-Rene not too far behind. The top three, just a tenth of a second separating each other. Oh, he touches the grass there, and that's going to kill a little bit of momentum for Jean-Rene.
Hugo and Emerson, though, basically dead heat. That was, what, 7/100ths of a second between the two. Now 400ths of a second, basically running the exact same line as well. Hugo going a bit wider there, gets a couple wide lines in the dirt. Much better acceleration onto the asphalt, too.
Yeah, his transition was beautiful there. Now it's going to be Emerson who has to play catch-up. Tree shouldn't be a problem for either one. Hugo. Oh, here comes Jean-Rene out of nowhere to take the W.
Jean-Rene, Mr. Where did he come from?
It was a two-player race until it wasn't. Jean-Rene from out of nowhere.
Shot out of a freaking cannon out of that jump. What in the world?
It did. I was going to say it looked like both Emerson and Hugo kind of took, almost like they didn't want to crash out. They kind of took a very, I guess not
stable,
slow, but yeah, I mean a consistent line, right?
Safe line.
Safe.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good word. And then Jean-Rene just said, "Nope, I'm going for it." And he gets his first win. Ooh, big hit there. I believe that was Emerson, or Hugo. Sorry, we were on board with Emerson. And Jean-Rene out in front, Ratchet right behind him.
Ratchet's been up there at the very front for, every time he's been in the latter part of this map, he's been up there. And he's actually going to take the lead away from Jean as well. Ratchet trying to get his first point of the match. Emerson kind of falling back a little bit, about 4/10 back. Not out of it, though, as we saw from the last lap where Jean just out of nowhere took it away.
I like this line. He keeps his car a little bit straighter. He's going to turn in, and now look at how much speed he's got. He's got to turn it. Oh, Ratchet will just beat him out. And I do think the way that Jean-Rene takes that jump, he's just got a little bit more speed. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind if you're any of the other players in this group, that you have to build a little bit of a lead. Give yourself at least a bit of padding, or Jean-Rene is going to challenge you at the end.
Emerson takes the lead early on here again. Hugo right in lockstep with him. Ratchet kind of falls off the back. Only about a half second behind, though, so he'll be able to make up time if he really pushes it. And he is making up a little bit.
Jean-Rene. Right there. And how did Emerson come back from that? What? I thought he tapped the wall, and then all of a sudden he's back.
Mr. Magic Man, I guess.
I'm not sure, but he's going to keep himself in contention right here. Hugo with the lead. The only player without a round win so far is Hugo. Can he pull this one out? I'd love to see it.
Make it 1-1-1-1.
One's across the board. Oh, no!
Oh, that was not a great line, obviously. Although he's not out of it yet. He's actually in a good spot here. Jean-René a bit low going into this.
Yeah.
He's going to take the lead, though, and he'll probably take this one so long as he can avoid hitting the checkpoint, and he will. So Jean gets his second point of the match.
Yeah, tough one there, and I believe Hugo, he did DNF. The third place player that we saw coming in from behind there was Ratchet, actually. So Ratchet keeping it close, but just unfortunately unable to get himself into proper position. So Jean-René showing off his ice skills as 2 on the board. A bit of a heartbreaker for Hugo in the last round. As now Emerson, he will have to play from the back of the pack, and I've got to say it is a little. I bet you it's a little weird for Emerson to have to, play from behind the way that he has been, and I mean after the rounds that we've watched him drive in the earlier maps.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unfamiliar position for him. His back isn't against the wall at this point, but he's not. He doesn't have the comfortable lead that he really wants. Speaking of comfortable leads, Hugo has a good one, but the problem is this is where he lost it last time. Got to keep it steady through here, and he does. Good line. Not a good line for Ratchet on that one, though. And it's all between Jean and Hugo. Jean's actually going to pass him underneath.
Wow.
And he's going to take, I think, yeah, there it is. He's going to take the dub for the lap.
Wow.
So, Jean, our first finalist.
I mean, consistency is the name of the game, and Jean-René, he has that in spades, certainly. He definitely seems like he is the most comfortable ice player of the group right now, and good on him to making it this far to show off these ice skills.
Insert required Switzerland joke about and ice, obviously.
And I mean, even off the ice, Jean-René has been, in my opinion, the fastest driver through the mid sections. Like we haven't seen him really make too many mistakes. I think he had, maybe one or two bumps that kind of took him out of contention of a round or two. But he's been very consistent, keeps these nice tight lines. Might not be the fastest as Emerson's showing his skill through here. But Jean-René going to keep himself in the hunt.
Oh, no. Ratchet chipping on the wall, and he's going to DNF himself. I'm not sure if that was right move. He might have been able to come out and get a dub on this one because Emerson not having a great line here. Hugo having a good opportunity to take it away from him. But Emerson, it's sideways on that jump. Jean just going to ramp off the checkpoint there. But Hugo not able to get it. It's going to be Emerson taking his second point of the match.
And I think Ratchet now in a little bit of trouble, letting Jean-René and Emerson get ahead of him. He hasn't had a clean lap in a couple of laps, just kind of crashing out before the finish, and need to get back to that consistency we saw from him in the earlier rounds. Right now, going to be trailing the group about 0.2 of a second behind. He's going to keep it close, but the top three all within 1/10 of each other as Emerson, beautiful line, will overtake Hugo, but looks like only for the moment as Hugo going to battle back. But again, you cannot count Jean-René out of this race as we get closer and closer to the namesake of the track, the icy jump. Jean-René has dominated there. And around the dirt we go. Hugo and Emerson battling it out. Both players trying to keep it together here. Jean-René creeping up ever so close.
Oh, bump off
Hugo
the wall.
Off the wall. Here comes Jean-René. He's going to try to track down Emerson. Emerson's got a decent line, but not a ton of speed, but he will hold off Jean-René, and we've got 2 finalists now in our round of 8.
Jean and Emerson trying to run away with it. Ratchet EU, the only other one with a point. Hugo has been up there pretty much every single time. It's just that there's either like a small mistake at the end or just, Jean gonna snipe the win from nowhere.
And
Okay, it looks like we, yeah.
Unfortunately, looked like a little bit of a hiccup there. So we are working on getting that back for you here in just a moment. But I mean, a pretty intense fight there for first place between, the two Frenchmen, and Kiga, unless Ratchet can try to come back, or Hugo just keep it together for a full lap, it looks like we kind of know who our two finalists are going to be.
Yeah, and I do think that Ratchet is definitely capable of coming back for this one. He's just had a couple really early mistakes, and it looks like he's kind of taking too many risks early on, honestly. There's plenty of times in the latter part of the map where you can take risks and make some of that time back, but the problem is, it's just, you can't fault early. You have to get to that point to take those risks later on, and sometimes you might not even have to take them because the other players will have already knocked themselves out for you. Right,
exactly, and it's a bit unfortunate that we having a little bit of a technical issue right now. We are trying to get that resolved ASAP to get back into that group. But again, I mean, it's been fantastic so far. Everything has, this group kind of living up to the hype that we thought it would. I am a little bit surprised that Ratchet just really hasn't been in it towards the end of some of these races.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just he's been trying to take a couple really risky opportunities early on, and that just kind of makes it so that he's not going to the end. And I am actually going to try to join into this lobby so we have some sort of a play-by-play here. So give me just a moment.
Sure.
And we'll try and hop in. But Hunted, definitely not what people were expecting from this match.
Well, I thought it would be a little bit closer. I mean, again, it's not over, certainly, but we do have two finalists, and it does look like they were both just about able to qualify, and I believe we are just about ready to get back into things here. So hopefully we can get that back open for you again. I'm actually
in the lobby right now. Jean Rene is able to take first. And I believe Emerson actually just came through and took the final position. And it will be Jean and Emerson moving on into the final. Ratchet, unfortunately, was not able to come back and get it done. So, yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles on that one. Ratchet going to get upset a little bit here. And Jean and Emerson move on.
So congratulations to them. And we know who our top four from the first qualifier will be. And now all it comes down to is the grind for these four guys, to really be ready for that final and a chance to qualify into the challengers division as well, which is what all of this is about here. So congrats to those guys. And Kiga, I mean, we do have this final, we do have one final round, a little bit, as you mentioned, kind of for bragging rights for the top four. But ultimately, I'd really love to see, you go back, Ratchet back next week and try to push that envelope again. I think, given the right map, this group could have gone any different way.
Yeah, honestly, Ice just not really any of these players' strong suit besides, obviously, Pandas, because he was just really good up front. But it's sometimes you just get the wrong map, and that's the thing. You got to be comfortable and good at all of these maps in order to make it through to the top of the top. And we can see that basically everyone in the Grand League and Challenger League are super comfortable on all of these. Yeah, they have their strong suits, but they're not ones to count out on any of these maps, regardless of what their best map is. Right,
exactly. So I believe we will be getting the final lobby set up here in just a moment, and we'll take you into that. So kind of a victory lap for these players. And again, congratulations as we are starting to close things down here. But again, for anybody who is just joining, doesn't really know the format or what we have going on here in the Open League, this is just qualifier number one. We've got 3 more to do in the coming weeks. Then we have a bit of a break, a week off, and then the final will be played out as then. And I believe, I don't know exactly how the promotion works. It's I believe it's the top 4 automatically qualify for the next season.
I believe. Yeah. So
it's
top four.
yeah.
Top four of the Open Final qualify for challengers in fall 2022, no matter what.
Right.
The next 4, 5 through 8 in that tournament will qualify for the promotion tournament.
Right.
Yes.
So you know, getting there is half the battle, right? You get to the top 16, and then you have to play through that final. And that's the other thing too, is that these guys, they know now that they're qualified, so it gives them pretty much a month to grind out these maps, right? To really push their times and you know, try to get faster and faster, more and more consistent, and really challenge some of those challenger level players. And the fact that, you know, 4 of them, and it could be the 4 that we watched today, auto qualify for the challenger division is an awesome opportunity, and I think a lot of these guys are really going to grind hard for it, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like, in addition to just having more time to grind, you don't have the stress going into that of, oh my god, I got to prep for next week. What am I going to do? I got to grind this map that knocked me out this time. You don't have to worry about that.
Right.
You can just focus on getting the best time possible and getting consistent. Grind over maps that you just aren't good at. The ones that you are good at, obviously revisit them, but you just don't have to spend as much time on.
No, absolutely. And we are just waiting for the lobby to get set up here. So give us just a moment and we will jump on into our finals for the day. But as a whole, I mean, it's been quite a day, quite a first day for our open division. Obviously, you know, we saw the challengers in the Grand League this last Sunday, and they will be competing tomorrow as well. So a lot of Trackmania this weekend, but I don't know, Kiga, I think that this has been a pretty successful opening day for the open division here.
Yeah, indeed. Like, this has been one of those where it's like, yeah, we saw a couple of expected results earlier on, but later on, it's just been over and over again, upset after upset, and that's something that we love to see, and something that's really great for the community to see too, because anybody can get good at these maps, anybody can get good at this game, and go and try and compete in this. And it's great having this ecosystem that allows for this 3-tier system where we have an open championship, we have a challengers league, we have a grand league, and right. All of the above. It's great having a system where even the regular player can move up into the Grand League through a tier system.
Well, hey, maybe next season, Kiga, it's you. We'll be casting on our broadcast. Hopefully, it's certainly not going to be me. No matter how hard I try, I don't think I will be able to make it to the top 64. But
won't be me.
Yeah, I'm down, man. I can be your coach. I don't know how much I could teach you. Probably nothing. But I can. I don't know. At least I can work your schedule. I don't know. That's what we need. We need to get you on a team. We need to find you a team and then just have those players carry you to be good at this game.
There we go. 100%. I'm just bad, unfortunately.
Oh, it's okay. Look, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? You know, all the best players in the world played the game for the first time at some point in their lives. So that's the other cool thing too, I think, about the open format, and you know, we kind of touched on it a little bit there. That, you know, it does allow for just about anybody to come out and make a name for themselves if you grind hard enough. And there are some really good players that we've already seen, and some players that didn't even make it to the top 4 that look very, very good. But here we go. Our final series of the day. It is going to be on quicksand. And we've got our top 4, Barbos, Panda, Jean Rene, and Emerson. Bit of a victory lap here for them as they've qualified for the Open League Finals.
And this is probably was expected by a few people, but I don't think anybody was really expecting Ratchet to not be here. I think a lot of them were expecting Ratchet to make it in over Jean, probably. But out of everyone that we've seen here, I think Panda probably has the best ability to make it through this map and kind of take that dub on the day.
Panda has definitely been the fastest, I think, and he's definitely shown off a good amount of consistency on the maps that we've watched from him, which, you know, are the 2 pretty much key aspects that you need to win these events. So I definitely agree. I think Panda is probably your favorite to take home the victory here in the finals. He's got a pretty good lead here on Jean-René as they round the corner, coming back in towards this cool little ice section here. Panda takes that well. Jean-René got to gain a little bit of time back on him, and we know Jean-René has been good on the ice. Is this going to be enough to have him catch Panda? I don't think it will, but this is where the map gets a little bit complicated. You really got to turn in early, and Jean-René gets the better of the first turn, but Panda will take the second, and he will take round number 1 here on the map.
Panda out to the early lead, as I had kind of expected here. Panda has proven over and over again that he's really good at a mixture of environments and transitioning between them, which is exactly what we see a lot of here. Like that transition between grass and asphalt. Jean had a better transition there, but I've never seen a bad transition from Panda on the day from grass to asphalt or anything else, honestly.
I totally agree. It seems like this map, at least so far. Oh, Panda got in that corner a little bit too close, and a little bit of Caster's curse there, unfortunately, from us, as Jean-René will certainly take the lead. He's got a almost 3-second lead on Barbos right now, so he is pretty much in a league of his own at the moment. You see Emerson also DNFing as well as Panda.
Oh,
John! Barbos still on the track. We'll see if he can use this to catch up. That's another fall. Barbos is in the lead.
Barbos out ahead. Jean is having to take that jump again, and he falls again. Barbos, he's going to be out to an easy dub here if he wants it. He does take the identity successfully, and he will take the win, and is just going to style across the finish line.
And this is why you don't DNF. If Barbos gets the win because he continued on, and unfortunately for Jean-René, that's what he's going to want to put behind him. Ooh, right off the tree.
Yikes.
That's a tough line coming out of the first boost pad there. Trying to get in between the tree. Really have to make sure you angle your car well from the moment you pretty much start, as it looks like Jean-René is touching that wall here on the dirt. As Emerson has the lead, Panda right behind him, only about a 2/10 back. Let's see what Emerson's got.
Panda making Emerson work for it, though. He's not going to let him go. Panda's so quick out of those transitions and on that landing. Here's where there was a bunch of mess-ups before, though. Panda and Emerson. Emerson's going to take the low line. Panda also takes the low line. Panda had a lot more speed going into that engine cutoff, though, and he'll get a little bit of time back. Is going to take the lead over the jump. Last crucial part left is the identity that they're rolling into right now. Panda's been good on it.
So he loses he loses a little bit of time in that first section, but it's just not going to be enough. Emerson had the lead throughout, but Panda able to chase him down, and that's a 108 there for Panda, so well done from him. He's got 2 on the board, and I like to see that Emerson at least is making this competitive, right? He wasn't in the first couple of rounds. He finds an opportunity this time and was able to at least give Panda a run for his money.
Speaking of Panda, he's on a run for some money here. He is in the lead by a pretty good margin. Emerson's going to come up and take second away from Barbos. The transitions between sections has been the most crucial thing for Panda on the day, and it's really been why he's been ahead of everybody else, pretty much outclassing his opponents so far.
Yeah, I don't think he has any, he's not necessarily taking any faster lines. I think you're right. I think it's just general consistency through the transitions. Good section there from Emerson, but he's just so far behind. He needs a mistake from Panda, or this will be the 3rd round win for the Frenchman here. Yeah, pretty well done here from Panda. Should be an easy dub for him, and that is 3 now. Barbos with the only other one, and it came off of pretty much everybody else DNFing. So Panda in a very good position.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat and Phoebe just made a groaner. Come on now.
I think that's her job, though, isn't it?
Yeah, kinda. Anyway, Emerson back out in front. Doesn't have a point so far on this game.
Well, he was close. But, yeah, Panda DNFing already, so it's a two-man race, Emerson and Jean-René. So we'll get at least one of these players with a map win. See what Emerson's got, if he can hold on to this lead. Panda caught him pretty much from this point forward. Panda was faster than Emerson 2 rounds ago. Jean-René looking to replicate that success that Panda had. Oh, but he just takes the corner too tightly. And this should be an Emerson win. Oh, wow.
Yeah, triple DNF that's just going to hand it to Emerson.
I mean, what happens if Emerson just decides he doesn't want to finish the race? What happens then?
Fantastic question.
I actually don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Has that ever happened?
I don't know. Has there ever been a quad DNF? Is it just whoever made it furthest?
Made it the furthest? Yeah, I would imagine. I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Oh, John and Barbos actually both eating it off the start. Panda and Emerson are both able to make it out. Emerson loses it, and Panda just moves up. 3-second advantage over Barbos now. Panda could easily take this one to the end and be our winner on the day.
And Phoebe letting us know that if it was a full DNF round, there would just be no points awarded, and we would just go to the next round. Which makes sense. You have to finish to get a point. Which is how it should be.
So then technically, theoretically, aren't there infinite rounds in a Trackmania match?
We don't talk about that.
Interesting. little quirk of the rules there. Oh, Panda bogs.
Panda, no. Barbos is going to try to catch him. I think he's got it. Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Panda DNF'd. Wow. I thought that was free for Panda. But Barbos going to take the lead, and he's going to get a second map. This is twice now Barbos has been given a map purely from a mistake from the guy in first. That's unbelievable. Purely
from the mistake of everybody else, basically.
Essentially, yes.
Yikes. Panda not going to go out first quite yet.
Maybe he really likes this map, didn't want to watch again so soon. Just decides to throw. Give himself a couple more drives here.
There you go. Much more even start.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody a 10th between them. But Panda, again, he's just so quick through these opening sections. He builds himself such a big lead.
Emerson's been good on this last section, though, when he gets there. Big launch from Panda. Not done yet. This jump catches so many people out. Panda's been caught out by it today already. Everybody gets through it successfully. And 2 through 4 are neck and neck.
And Panda's around the corner that took him out last time. Jean-René, the only player who looks to be able to catch him, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's trying to cut the corner, but that will result in a Panda victory, and he did it! Okay, I told you, he just wants to keep racing. Barbos gets a 3rd win through the same way 3 times in a row. This time, a more intentional throw.
All right, gents, quad finalists, let's go.
I know.
Quad finalists, let's sudden death it.
If only Panda could like spin out Barbos, just to ensure that Emerson and Jean-René get a win here.
Hashtag Trackmania collision.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, see, it's like, no, that's the great thing about Trackmania, honestly, is that, like,
of course,
you're not worrying about the ping to the server.
Right.
Like, in other racing games, it's just all ghost, and it's just drive as fast as you can.
Well, hey, if you've ever competed in the Cup of the Day with the ghosts on in the first round, the ghosts make a difference. I don't know. I can't see where I'm going half the time with 64 other players. 63 other players, I guess.
If nothing else, it's definitely a mental challenge.
Here goes Panda. Will he finish this race? Oh, Barbos is right behind him. Emerson touching the wall. Will we have a finalist? It's going to be Panda. He makes it through this time around, takes the win in the group, so congrats to him. And he technically finishes first on the day today, beating out everybody who attempted to qualify earlier on today, and then, of course, our top 64.
Yeah. Now, folks who aren't familiar with the format, this is not for seeding. So right. He doesn't have a better seed than, whoever comes in second out of here or the other three in general. But it's just more for bragging rights. And Panda definitely earned the bragging rights today. So good on the transitions, landings, everything. He's just been so solid.
Oh, yeah. I think he is the player to beat right now in the finals. I mean, obviously, there is a lot of Trackmania left to play. We have 3 more qualifying days to go through. 12 more players to find, but Panda definitely looks like the number one in my book right now. And remember, he doesn't even have to come in first to get that challenger slot like we were talking about. The top 4 insta-qualify for the challengers next season, so he's put himself in a really great position, assuming he keeps up the grind. Oh, Jean-René.
And there's Barbos.
Yep, there goes Barbos. Wow.
That will end the round.
Okay.
Yeah, that will end the round. Barbos takes second, and that will be all we have of Trackmania for the day. Emerson and Jean going to come in third, both of them not quite able to get it done. So Panda first, Barbos second, and then Jean, René, and Emerson coming in third. Great day of Trackmania overall, though, Hunted.
Oh, absolutely. This was awesome. I know that we had a couple of hiccups here and there and everything like that, but our first broadcast here on the channel, ironing out all of the difficulties, and personally, I've had a blast. I know Chad has been really awesome to read. Everybody's been super supportive and everything like that, and it's been a great first day, man. I just can't wait for the upcoming couple of qualifiers. Hopefully, we get the same level of Trackmania.
These upcoming qualifiers are going to be really interesting to look forward to, because the players that did not qualify today can go back through and run through the qualifiers again. And I get the feeling we're going to see a couple people really taking that on with a vengeance. Ratchet is the first one that comes to mind, who's really going to be hungry for that qualification position. And this time, without Panda and without Jean-René to kind of do anything about it, he might be able to get through.
Well, folks, that is it for our broadcast here today. I'm sad to say we do have to go now for at least for a week. We will be back here on the Trackmania channel next Saturday, the 19th, same time, I believe, for another round of qualifiers to see who will. Oh, so it did get word that it is an hour later. So I believe it was 5 p.m. CET. This time around, it should be 6 next time. So an hour later start time, but we'll still be back here on the channel next Saturday, the 19th. For that, of course, we've got the Challenger Division and the Grand League competing tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss that. So, Kiga, I mean, for our first broadcast, do you have anything you want to say? Anybody you want to thank? Anything like that?
Honestly, this has just been a super refreshing experience. My first time casting Trackmania, so it's been one of the most fun games to cast that I have ever casted. So this is going to be a really fun season to look forward to. And hopefully I get to hop in the booth with you again soon, Hunted. It's been a while since we've been in the booth together. Yes,
it's been a blast for sure. And we will definitely be back here in just a little while. But thank you so much for watching. Stay in for the raid. And until next week, everybody have a great evening. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes, and thank you to everybody in chat for watching. We'll see you next time.